So sad because of her troubled love, and even though she's my love rival, I could not stand by and watch this young girl reject life like that. I pulled her back with all my strength on the edge of the mountain at the moment she was about to die. We fell to the ground, our bodies were covered with scratches, and then she was still laying there and crying. Her crying swirled in my heart. I hugged her in my arms, gently patted her. Little girl, everything will be all right. Do you think death is the only way? After a while, she stopped crying and sobbed. You're right, but what should I do now? After thinking for a while, I suggested, or you should go somewhere else, start a new life in a new land. Maybe it will be better. Polly was silent for a long time, then finally agreed, but she wanted me to keep that departure a secret and needed me to lie that she was dead so that no one would look for her again. Polly and I still keep in touch to make sure she's okay living alone somewhere else. Since the day they last met, Doran had been likely to lose the joy in his life. He was like a corpse without a soul, just trying to survive in this life. Time goes on, but his heart never forgets Polly, who Doran still loves and misses a lot. When I told Doran about Polly's death, Doran started to cry. This was also my first time I had seen him cry. He surrendered all his pride to burst into tears like a child. I regretted my wrong decision, but I also felt sorry for this unrequited love. Seeing the person I loved suffer so much for another girl broke my heart. Unfortunately, I was just an outsider, standing here and waiting for a miracle that he would love me like he did with Polly. However, no matter what happens, I am never able to replace her. Perhaps Doran regrets his mistakes in the past towards Polly, and perhaps he thinks that the selfishness and hurt he brought to Polly caused Polly to seek death, which made him want to die. He ran as fast as possible to the river with a desire to be free. Until this moment, I really regretted my decision. If I had kept this secret, it would have been better. You have to live, I shouted. I don't want to live like that anymore. Perhaps death is my release. Not only because of you, but also many people who love and support you. I wish I could say including me, who always loves you and follows you forever. But I didn't have the courage to say these words. I don't know if it's due to his family or Doran is not brave enough to face death. Doran decided to return. I still couldn't believe, after all this time, Doran's affection for Polly remained intact. This made me a bit sad and jealousy. I'd always been the one behind and also the outsider. But no matter how many reasons why I could have got rid of this love, I couldn't lie to myself and leave. I was always there, still following him every step. Over the following days, Doran began to drown in alcohol and forget the pain. Doran didn't even let me get close to him in the early days. He'd always wanted his own space and he probably didn't want another girl in his life again. But gradually he opened his heart to me more. I convinced myself that he just needed a friend to share this thought with. But then the care and attention that came from him made me think that we were more than just friends. During 6 years, Polly immersed herself in the hustle and bustle of life. Polly told me about many of her love affairs. I felt for a moment that she had become a playful urban girl, but somehow I was happy with that because she had a new life. She had forgotten Doran. One day when I just received a bouquet of flowers from Doran, Polly suddenly came knocking on my door. Just as my imagination, she completely changed. Hello, miss, we finally met. Oh, you were given a bouquet of tulips, a perfect love. Who is so lucky to have you? Polly, what a surprise. If you had informed me, I would have prepared a hearty lunch. Come in. Polly confused me again when she told me that she wanted a day with Doran. Auntie, I can't forget Doran. City boys are so cliché. They talked about lands that are new to them, but I've been hearing about it since I was 19. Oh, but the Jackson parties must be very interesting, right? No, ma'am, I just feel tired. The music is loppy and the crowds are boring me. When can I see Doran? Oh, so you still love the peace here. Have you come to see your mother yet? I haven't. I'll go see you as soon as I get a day with Doran. I don't think it's a good idea, Polly, or think about it. And Polly finally went away. I hope she didn't notice the awkwardness. I didn't know what to do with the unexpected action of Polly and the surprise kindness from Doran. I didn't want to bury this feeling, but if I expressed my love, would we be better or not? On Dawn's birthday, by candlelight on a romantic table for two, the date would not be for me, it was for Polly, whom he missed day and night. My love couldn't be compared to hers. I quietly watched them from afar. Both of them couldn't help but hug each other. At that moment, tears welled up in my eyes. One drop and two raindrops started to fall. I smiled and walked away. The rain poured down the street, hugging me. At this point, I couldn't take it anymore, but I hugged myself, sat down, and cried. In the end, I was the only one who was in love. I cried for my unrequited love for more than a decade, and then thought everything would end there when suddenly a figure approached. He put his coat on me. His wet body appeared in front of my eyes under the dim street lights. "Didn't you promise to celebrate my birthday? Why are you sitting here?" His smile is full of tenderness and love.